Oh, yes. Good Thursday, world. And yes, we are back with another episode of Bandog Talking with the Dog. God. Big salute to everybody, man. Shit for showing up, being consistent. And Big J the Don. Hey, Big J the Don. He's jockeying for that pole position, man. 5:45, man. He came on that 30 minutes. What shit? A little bit under 30 minutes. But hey, big salute to you, Big J the Don. Big salute to you, Duro Recio, man. Young ready. Big salute, man. You know, we got a nice little cook up this Thursday, like we always do, man. You know, the classrooms is always informative. You feel what I'm saying? We always give the information that a lot of individuals don't. You know, this ain't for entertainment purposes, man. This is so that we can learn, man. This is like the supercomputer, man, the super dog computer, where we talk these dogs, high performance dogs at that, and then we exchange information that we can use today. You see what I'm saying? Not back in the day, but today, man. So big salute to all y'all, man. NBA 23, Ross. Big salute to your family. I don't know if this is your first time, second time, but either way, man, I appreciate you showing up, brother. You know what I'm saying? We gonna cook. Hey, big royalty methods. Look at Soul Power, man. Soul Power, man. Big salute to your family. Hey, Soul Power, man. I appreciate you, tapping in on the gram, you know what I'm saying? Showing your boy some love on the post and in my stories and stuff like that when I post a story, man. So I appreciate your support, Soul Power. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys, man. All you guys' support, you know. But big salute. You know how I always like to kick it off, you know what I mean? The pre-game, I always tell y'all get comfortable. I always like to tell you guys about my week, because it's always something when you're dealing with these type of dogs that we talking about. And it's never a dull moment over here in my camp, even though I got everything as secure, as organized as possible. It's always something. So I always like to share that with you guys first before we kick off. But hey, get comfortable, get your herbal sensations. Okay, if that's what y'all like, get your herbal sensation, man. Go ahead and roll you up something, pack your bong, whatever you do, hit your dab. You know what I mean? If you like your brewskis, man, go ahead and crack that thing. And you know how the dog guy do it, how coach do it. I keep it simple, man. Kiss method. Give me my vodka lemonade, and I'm good to go, man. To curb this edge, man. To curb the edge, dealing with these killers and hitters. You know, there's a saying. I know that you guys probably heard this, man. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. You know what I'm saying? Students for life dogs, man. Big salute to your family. Um, yeah, y'all. I know y'all have heard that song, that saying before. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And with these dogs, the type of dogs that I'm into, um, you know, what you asking God for, right? Everything that comes with it, you gonna get it. You know what I mean? The good, the bad, and the indifferent, and the ugly comes with it, man. So it all plays. You feel me? It all plays, man, with these dogs, man. But like I say, cheers to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take me a sip. I'll kind of break down my week with these dogs, and then man, we're gonna cook it up. We're gonna cook it up. So salute to you guys, man. Oh yeah, that hit the spot right there. So this week, this week had nothing to do with the dogs as far as just craziness, right? And I posted that on my stories on Instagram. So you guys, seen the cleanup in a sense. But being that I live on a hill and it's in the forest, right in the woods, um, I had to do a lot of excavating, a lot of tree chopping. I had to do a lot to get my property prepared to be able to use it because it's on a hill and it's just all woods and shit. So it was a lot of time, a lot of money I had to spend to make it all usable. You feel what I'm saying? But the beautiful thing about living in a forest is I can use a lot of the trees, right, that I have as shade and different things like that. So I have trees, that were, I kept for that purpose. You know what I mean? I still wanted to keep the landscaping without cutting everything out and just clearing everything out. But of course, that's a two-edged sword. And it just so happened like this year, this winter time, and then this week, I've had trees fall on my infrastructure. Okay. So the first tree fell on my fence and then on one of my kennels. Okay. And I actually posted that shit on my YouTube, just the aftermath or whatever. So that was the first one, right? Destroyed the roof, messed up my fence really bad. It's a big tree. So that was the first little incident that happened this winter. Then the second one, okay, the second tree fell on my fence in the fourth tier. Okay. So that's two fences, destroyed by a tree. And then another tree, big ass tree, fell on my damn training facility fence, my big heavy duty training facility fence that I spent $11,000 for, right? That motherfucker fell directly on it, busted that shit up. Okay. So that's three. I got three strikes on me, man. Three trees falling on my infrastructure. I got a whole bunch of trees everywhere, but the ones that want to fall, they want to fall on my infrastructure, right? So of course that's upsetting. However, this week I was, cleaning the kennels up like I normally do. I'm on the second tier. And I just hear this crash and this crash sound. It was loud too. I'm like, what the hell? And of course the dogs are going crazy. I'm like, man, what the hell's going on, man? So I look down, I'm trying to see what that was. I look down and then I see the tree fell. I see that tree that fell, and it fell on my brand new kennel that I built. I have two dogs in there. I got a nice little roof, everything. It's all nice. Only had it built for a month. Man, fell right on top of it. You know what I mean? Crushed my roof, dented the kennel. Thank God that it was the top of the tree that actually fell onto the actual kennel. You know what I'm saying? So the weight wasn't in too much in the branches. You know what I mean? Even though it was some big ass branches, but it wasn't the full trunk. It was the branch, the top part of the tree. So I mean, it damaged my kennel, but it didn't, get to the point where it affected the dogs or whatever. But I mean, of course, I'm upset. I'm upset, man. It's like, damn, I spend this money. I try my best to, give my dogs a comfortable living. You know what I mean? As far as just being in a kennel environment, I make sure they got shade. If I put the tarp on the roof tarp thing that you can buy with it, so that if it rains, you know what I mean. So I call them like dog condos. That's what I call my dogs kennels. They little condos that they have. They can move around in that shit. Always keep it clean for them. You know what I mean. So my dogs live good. You know what I mean. At least to me, if I was a dog. You know what I mean? You can't have these dogs just running around. At least my dogs you can't have running around because my dogs are escape artists. If there was something that they wanted to get to, they're gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to jump a fence, dig under a fence, break a fence. So you gotta contain dogs like that I have. So I got them a nice little build, nice little dog condo, and then I could, man, y'all, I couldn't even enjoy that shit for a month, man. Roof destroyed. Thank God nothing happened to the dogs, but man, I was pissed. So then, of course, my chainsaw that I have, I was chopping down some of those trees that fell from this winter, and I put a new chain on my shit. My shit was all ready to go, but I guess I didn't tighten up the torque bolt on the chainsaw, and one of the bolts fell off. So luckily, I noticed my chain was getting loose, and I was like, what the hell? And I looked, and I was like, damn, I lost the bolt. So thank God I was able to notice that, but that was a while back. So I was ordering my bolts, waiting for my bolts to come in. I didn't have my bolts that were in, and so I didn't have my chainsaw available. So I had to go ahead and do that the old fashioned, man. That saw, man. I go ahead and saw that shit. You know what I mean? Saw it off the roof and You move everything out. So that shit was some work, man. That shit was some work. And the whole time I'm cussing and MFing and all that stuff, man. Cause like, man, I can't even enjoy my stuff. It's like, why? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, why do you have to fall on my stuff? I mean, why does that tree have to fall in that angle on my shit? Brand new kennel. So that pissed me off this week, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with you. My part finally came in for my chainsaw, so I'm about to put that bad boy together and then finish off the rest. Cut that big ass trunk up, move that out the way. So yeah, man, destroyed my fence and fucked up my kennels. Other than that, everything is cool. I'm dealing with some personalities that is starting to get on my nerves, and I've been debating about doing a certain level of discipline that I've done with other dogs. It don't last. Like, you can't do it for a long time. Like, it's not a permanent. It's like more of a checking type of discipline. And what I mean is, so I have these young Formula One Bandog brothers, and there's one in particular that is very vocal and very, he's very much like he's overly dog aggressive. Now I'm used to this, but you know, it's to the extreme, and I'm thankful for the most part that they only turn up when I come around. When I come around, then it's turning up. But the turn up is, for this young dog, which will be a year old, the turn up is just he reminds me a little bit of how Shaka was, and even AR. AR was kind of the same way, but he's a little bit more like determined and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, that's fine. I get it. I understand it. The energy is very competitive, but it's a little bit too much. And I think I mentioned to y'all before that they were pushing their faces through I got them in the steel kennels because they like to bite the kennels, right? Big salute to you, show enough. So I mentioned to y'all before, I think when I was talking about the Formula One band dogs, that they push their faces through the kennel bars, or try to, and you're not going to get it through the kennel bars, but they do that and they fuck up their muzzle. But they so enraged and so determined that they don't feel that shit. But anyway, I've been dealing with, you know, trying to get this boy Spartan, because I know it's him, I know it's Bart, but to not be low key agitated at like 3 a.m, where it's a different bark. It's not the same bark as when I'm out there, but it's he over there trying to instigate at 3 a.m, man. You know, and of course, some of the dogs respond to it, not many, maybe one responds to them, but then it makes AK, which is on the top tier near my room, right? Have AK, he's on the top tier, and it makes AK respond to it. Because see, one thing about certain dogs, they when things are out of order, certain dogs want to check it. Now, I'm grateful that the whole fourth tier don't respond to it, because they're used to that. They understand what nighttime is. They understand when they act. They understand these things. It's a routine. Dogs learn with routine reps. But these new knuckleheads down in the fourth tier, they trying to, they the young bloods pissing vinegar and stuff. So they still, learning the ropes. So I've been dealing with this probably for like a good 2 weeks, man. And maybe a night he'll do it and another night he won't. But it's been agitating me to the point where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take you to school. And I've taken AK to this school, and I've taken AR-15 to this school. They both been to this school, okay, what I'm about to talk to you, what I'm about to explain to you right now, what I'm thinking about doing for this boy, because he's pissing me off. So I have these e-collars, good ones too. I got 2 of them that you use for dog training with the shock, electric, the little pulsation shock e-collars. So AK in his earlier, in his younger years, and this is really because of AR-15 being in that area, but at night it would be almost like, you know, a low key bark off in a sense. And it's not nothing, it's a different bark. Okay. It's not no bark where it's loud, but it's a bark enough where if you're near my room, I can hear it. And I would hear these type of low key competitive barks between AR and AK. And this is like late at night type shit. And they're like right near my fucking window. So of course I'm not getting no sleep. My wife is upset and I'm getting agitated. So I got the e-collar. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to teach you something, man. You know what I mean? So I put the e-collar on AK. And then, anytime he would act up, I hit him with it. And then, of course, it wasn't phasing him. So I turned that motherfucker up because it's got a volume. So I turned that motherfucker up and then I hit him with it. And then, of course, I get that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, got your ass, right? So I had that shit on him for probably like a week. Okay. And every time he would act up, I yank him. You know what I'm saying? And, he figured it out, after a couple of times, probably within that week session. But what it ended up doing is it left like those prong marks because I had it on there for that whole week. You know what I'm saying? It left these prong marks on his neck, right? So, but eventually he got it. He understood it and, he calmed down. But then it's AR's turn because, AR's AR-15, he's tied for the number one asshole on my yard. He tests me, he tests all the dogs. Some dogs are just like that. So AR, he had to have his for 2 weeks because he was steadily fighting that shot. You know what I'm saying? But then the same thing happened with AR. You know what I mean? It that e-collar, if you leave it on and you use it like I was using it, because I got hard-headed dogs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like you gotta get them. And I was definitely AR was getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? So after 2 weeks, he comprehended that, knowing that anytime you bark at night like that, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get fucked up with this goddamn e-collar. You know what I'm saying? So he caught it. It took him longer than AK. So now I know what happens. Of course, you're only supposed to use that for training, but I'm not going out there whooping dogs' ass. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because then as soon as I step out, if I stepped out there and was checking them, man, all the dogs, all the dogs will turn up because all the dogs gonna be like, oh shit, daddy's out. They're gonna all turn up. So I know better. I don't, but I have to do something. You understand? So anyway, I've been dealing with this shit from Spartan, man. That one of them young Formula One Bandogs. Now, a part of me understand. It goes back to what I was telling y'all. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it, right? Part of me understands why, okay, Spartan and brothers, but mainly him is doing that. Okay, AR-15 happens to be Spartan's uncle, okay, which has that formula of my Bandog formula, right? My foundation Bandog formula, okay, the Neapolitan Mastiff, the German Boxer, the American Bulldog, Game Pit Bull, those four. So Spartan has those four, that foundation in them, right? Not only does he have that foundation, okay, Spartan's mama, or them Formula One's Bandog's mama, right, is AR-15's sister, okay? And the daddy to those dogs is AR-15 and Prima Donna's uncle. So the uncle is just a Neapolitan Mastiff, German Boxer, American Bulldog. So now I compounded that shit. So what's ever in that fucking Neapolitan Mastiff, German Boxer, American Bulldog, whatever dogs is in there, these dogs, they like to be, they're pretty vocal. Not pretty, they're too vocal. And they stubborn. Okay. So now I'm debating now. Now am I gonna have to burn some holes in your neck? So I went down there today and I was gonna, put the thing on there, but it's like, man, I don't really want to fuck them up. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna fuck them up. You know what I mean? And this is us just talking real dog man type talk. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't for this type of talk is not for people who don't deal with high performance dogs that can kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is some real talk for us who deal with dogs that are very alpha driven. They got the genetics, right? Be careful what you put in your dogs. You just might get it, right? They think they are me. I raised them. You know what I'm saying? I imprinted myself in all my dogs. So they all think they me. So everybody think they alpha, but some is more, you know, testing than others, right? So most of them will submit to the energy, but others want to test. I got dogs that want to test. Most of the males want to test. And this boy I know is going to be that type. So I've been refraining from it. I was going to do it because I was so pissed off. He did it last night. It was like probably 2 in the morning. Did it last night with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, dude, you're gonna get it, man. So I was so pissed last night. I'm like, man, I'm gonna fuck you up. But I felt, and I just felt like, oh man, I'll give you another shot. But he'll probably do it again. You know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna do it. I'm gonna get that e-collar, you know what I'm saying, and wake his ass up. So anytime he do that shit, he about to get yammed. He about to get yammed up. Hopefully he can learn within a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if he end up, getting that little, the hair on the neck missing because he's getting shocked all the time, it is what it is. That shit will grow back. But yeah, man, I just want to, like I said, letting y'all in. It's never a dull moment with these dogs, you guys. Especially when you're dealing with dogs like I deal with. You know what I'm saying? These is real machines. These are real weapons. These dogs have a mentality that I bred in them. You see what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. What do you say, Big J to Don? You said, Coach, you think you'll ever breed tigers to another American Bulldog? Well, man, I mean, good question. And one of my subscribers who bought a couple of dogs for me, was asking me about my American Bulldog program and stuff like that. So to make a long story short, man, I scrapped my American Bulldog program. I scrapped it. Okay. I'm not interested in breeding American Bulldogs anymore. However, I decided to create my own Bulldogs, which is Formula One Bulldogs. All right. Now I have some top tier semen of 3 American Bulldogs, okay, that I got from Buff Dogs that I will incorporate in the future into my recipe that I already have, right? I will incorporate those because I paid the money for those semens. I will incorporate them eventually, just depending on how my program goes with what I would call my Formula One Bulldogs. Now, the foundation of that, okay, my program, my Formula One Bulldog program, I have my AR-15 Bandogs, which I talked to you guys about that when I was breaking down those AR-15 Bandogs. I got 2 males off of that. I actually have 3 females off of that. And also I have Red Tiger. Okay. Red Tiger Jr., excuse me. So to answer your question, Big J to Don, I will be breeding Tigress. This will be her 3rd breeding. When Red Tiger Jr. is, of age, probably about maybe 1.5, 2 years old, possibly, probably 2 years old, to be honest, man. Maybe 2026. I'm not rushing, man. I'm not rushing. I will be breeding Red Tiger Jr. to Tigress. And I know, Tigress has proven herself to be a fucking amazing producer, which I would have never thought by, looking at her in a sense to where I would think that she would produce the type of dogs that she produces. But, that's the thing I always tell you guys about your dogs. You know what I mean? You never know which dog would be the one that's going to give you the best fucking dogs. You know what I'm saying? And Tigress is a damn awesome producer, man. That bitch right there. So to answer your question, not another American Bulldog. However, I will be breeding her to Red Tiger Jr. in the future. And those are going to produce those are going to be some phenomenal fucking Bulldogs, man. Those are going to be some phenomenal Bulldogs, especially if Red Tiger Jr. turns out the way I'm hoping. And with Red Tiger Jr., I need the breathing to be right, man. Y'all know I'm high performance in everything I do with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to create a complete dog. I'm thinking from the inside out. And being that I've had American Bulldogs before, that's the reason why. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why I scrapped my American Bulldog program, because American Bulldogs, to me, they not bred for high performance. Some of them are bred for performance. Most of them are bred for looks. You see what I'm saying? So me, I fixed, hopefully, my dog Red Tiger, who passed away from heat stroke, and he was a Rocky Mountain Bulldog. Okay, but he's bully type. He's the bully type. That's why everybody like him and shit. You know, he's the bully type. You know, big ass basketball head, wide frame, muscled out. You know what I mean? He's a freak. He was a freak, but no, the how he was built on the inside, Big J the Don. How Red Tiger was built on the inside, though, he wasn't built for performance. His brain was, though. He had drive. He had maximum drive and was super intense, but his breathing was shit. Horrible. He couldn't cool himself off. He had the you know how most of those bulldogs have dysplasia when they so wide, the shoulders kind of buckle out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he was so wide in the front that his shoulders will buckle out. You know what I'm saying? And he was very intense. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. He overheated. So Red Tiger Jr., though, Big J the Don, Red Tiger JR is supposed to be Red Tiger that I fixed, you know, and he's the chosen one because he was the only one. He was a singleton. He was the only one puppy that came out of Silver Bullet. You know, shout out to Silver Bullet. But Red Tiger Jr. came out of Silver Bullet. As hopefully Silver Bullet corrected that. Hopefully that hybrid vigor that we've talked about, hopefully that hybrid vigor fixed it. I don't know if it will completely fix it because I mean he's still young, so I ain't put him to the test yet. He's too young to be put to the test. He's still clumsy and shit to me. You know what I mean? But I will be testing him soon to see if that breathing is better than his daddy. Big Jerry, man, big salute to you. However, he will be going to Tigers. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I know. I mean, shit. If Tigers did what she did with fucking AR, man. If Tigers did what she did with AR, Tigers first and foremost, the dog god. I don't care about color, but I know the consumers do, because they like color and shit. That's on them. But I don't. I'm performance based only. Frames, brains, and motor, not color. That's me. However, Tigers give you rainbows. Gives me rainbows. That bitch throw all the colors, man. She throw the pie brindles, pied red, pied black, brindle straight brindles, reverse brindles. She goes blacks. She does fucking pinks. Man, Tigers give you everything. Man, she do it all, man. That bitch threw damn near every color. She threw an orange. She threw a yellow brindle. That bitch, she threw all red. That bitch Tigers is, hey, she's a fucking producer, man. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. It probably won't be until 2026, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So let me take another sip. Yeah, y'all. Take another sip, man. Cheers to you guys. Big Jerry, man. Welcome, brother. We're gonna cook tonight. This is something that I wanted to talk about with you guys, which is what is dog awareness and why is it so important? I wanted to talk to you about dog awareness, and a lot of people probably don't even know what this is. You know what I mean? But being that you always hear me talk about, with my Formula One theme and shit, my little motto, my statement, the shit I stand by, which is frames, brains, and motors. That's how I see dogs. The dog's frame is skeletal. Okay, his brain, right, which taps into what we're going to talk about today or tonight, which is dog awareness, and then that drive, man, the motor, man. And that's why, I would say I'm a pioneer when it comes to making a complete working dog that is high performance. Okay, not just performance base, but high performance. Because I'm thinking about all that. Like I was mentioning to you guys, even about Red Tiger. I had to own these dogs, experience dogs with drive, experience the breakdown of dogs functionally. I had to experience the breakdown of dogs internally, right? I had to experience it for me to understand what I have to do to make a high performance working dog. I had to experience, and I've experienced a lot, man. I've taken a lot of losses, lost a lot of dogs, and wasted a lot of money. Okay, buying dogs that I thought were performance dogs, but they weren't complete performance dogs, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you learn is by experience. At least that's what I'm telling y'all. You know what I mean? So tonight I want to talk about this dog awareness subject because I know it would help a lot of you, especially when you have dogs that I have, which are high drive dogs, high prey drive. Some of them have high man drive. Some of them are very confident. Some of them are very alpha. You know what I mean? Like you need to have this understanding of what dog awareness is and of course why it's important. So I want to talk about this tonight. And so to give you guys a perspective and what to look out for and how to kind of shape your dog's awareness, right? Okay, so what is dog awareness, man? So dog awareness is something that I learned in the field. And you guys know, I tell you guys, I don't do any type of like strenuous training and stuff on my dogs for the first year. I don't do none of that stuff. I have a lot of dogs. I'm only a one-man band. I'm not a dog trainer, even though I know how to train dogs. But I'm not a dog trainer in the sense where I'm trying to get them to do, specific things outside of obedience and conditioning. Like that's my specialty is teaching my dogs to listen to me. That's one. Okay. Conditioning my dogs. I'm great at conditioning. So conditioning my dogs, I love that. And then producing and creating dogs in the lab. That's my skill in the dog game. Trainers and stuff like that who focus on training and all that extra stuff that brings out other things or brings out what's in the genetics, all the stuff, fine tunes that. I am not a trainer like that. Okay. Even though I can. That's all I'm saying. I have the knowledge of dog understanding to be able to train them. But that's not my specialty. However, I do have a connection with each and every one of my dogs because I built that from birth. I build the connection. And so through this connection, I learned about what is called dog awareness. Dog, like what that dog understands on its own, right? What that dog understands about itself. I've learned this dealing with so many dogs over the years, dealing with pack dynamics that we've talked about before, having prey dogs that aren't normally in packs, put them in packs, all the shit that I've done. I've learned about this thing called dog awareness. Not only that, I've learned how to shape it, okay, direct it. So dog awareness, okay, what I've come to define dog awareness is a dog's ability to understand its environment, understand its ability, understand its drive, right? Understand what makes it tick, understand what makes it mad, understand what makes it happy, the understanding of the dog's surroundings, right? That's awareness to me, dog awareness. The dog's understanding of himself or herself and her surroundings and what he or she or how he and she should be acting based off of the scenarios in his or her surroundings, right? That is dog awareness. Now, this is very important, as I've learned, to especially owning dogs with high prey and man drive. This is very important when you're trying to produce a personal protection dog that is balanced. This is very important when you're trying to teach a dog on and off, right? It's very important that that dog has awareness. Now, when do you see this? When do you actually learn a dog's awareness? Well, you can learn it in two different ways. You can learn it in a negative way where you like, man, that dog is just not aware of itself, like what it can do. It's not aware that, that person or that child or whatever, that animal is not a threat, right? Or you might learn on the flip side of that, where that the dog that you see is very aggressive, but then it understands that it doesn't need to show its aggression because you or whoever or whatever's around it doesn't pose a threat. The dog don't see that dog. Like, for example, let's say AK. Even the AR-15 is this way too. But AK, he's aware of himself to the point where he don't let other dogs bother him. As far as like make him upset, agitate him. They don't agitate him. He don't get riled up when dogs try to instigate him. He don't. This is like, and what I credit that to in his dog awareness, because I've had him at 4 months. That's when he got shipped over here to me. Okay. I credit that to how I raised him, how I never put him in scenarios where he had to feel like he had to, act, respond to other dogs in a negative way. I never put him in scenarios, even though I had him partnered up with AR-15 because they're the same age. And then, like I said, once I noticed that AR-15 was different, he's a different type of dog. AR-15 is an instigator. And as soon as AR-15 tried to mount AK, and I saw AK fucking hairs roll up in his back of his neck, and I saw him stop, you get that tense energy, man. I quickly broke that shit up because I knew what time it was. It's on. It's on. You know what I'm saying? So I never allowed his mind to understand that he got to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? So he's aware of, you're not a threat. AR, you're not a threat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't worried about you, AR. You see what I do to this bone? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, AR. Now, AR, okay, he's dog aggressive, but it's more, his dog aggression is like, I don't know, he's like a playful bully. He don't really want to fuck you up. He just want to act like it. You know what I'm saying? It seems like that's what he do. He's an instigator. He want to instigate you to the point where you do something. You know what I mean? He thinking that you're not going to do something, but he's instigating you to the point where you want to do something. Now, when I bring, let's say my nephew come over, some new people come over, right? He's an intimidating dog when you look at him, but he don't see you as a threat if you're not a threat. Like, he ain't over there doing all that, trying to get you through the fence. You know what I'm saying? He understands. He understands. Like, that's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? He'll let you pet him and shit. Motherfuckers be scared. You know what I mean? My family be scared. Oh, man. I said, nah, man, he ain't gonna do nothing. I know he look intimidating, but man, put your hand over there. He loved being petted. You know what I'm saying? That's a dog that's aware of what he wants to do with his drive, right? He's aware of that. Now, as I'm dealing with different dogs and different personalities, I'm learning about dog self-awareness. I'm learning about it. I'm seeing a dog, for example, who, regardless of who you are, unless you're me, my wife, like my dog Cowboy, he is going to bite the shit out of you. Kid, whoever, if Cowboy does not know you and you come up to that dog, he's gonna bite you. It's just who he is. I don't know why his mind thinks like that, but that's just who he has become. Now, he's been raised the same way that I've raised all the other dogs. But like I said, I'm learning about dog awareness. Is he aware that just because that person is somebody he don't know, is he really aware that he does not need to bite them? No, he don't. He want to bite them. So for me, understanding Cowboy, and he's toned down though, because he's older, but understanding Cowboy, I'm saying to myself, that boy Cowboy don't have no awareness of, like, should I bite? I don't know you. Should I warn you first? Oh, you with my dad? I see you with my dad. So you're not, like, he didn't comprehend that. So for me, understanding dogs, seeing how they act, I'm starting to figure out what that dog is aware of. Okay. I'm starting to see it as I'm dealing with different personalities, different breeds, different dogs. I'm starting to understand it. Then, as I'm starting to see it and understand it, I'm starting to develop it in my puppies. I'm starting to develop the awareness. When I see something like that, right? Where in the beginning, where I would see, let's say, Cowboy act a certain type of way, I would just tell people who might come and visit, the pool guy, whoever, because they like the way Cowboy look. Oh, whatever. I just let them know when you see him doing what he's doing, when he's showing his teeth and he's barking at you, don't don't tempt fate. Don't put your hand over there. Don't do none of that. He's serious about it, and most people don't. But I have to warn them because I don't. I'm hoping that he wouldn't do it, but he probably would. You see what I'm saying? So I gotta let people know, like, yo, that dog will fuck. He bite you, man. I didn't teach that dog that. You know, I don't understand why he's like that. I've never instigated him, but you know, he just don't like strangers to the point where he want to bite him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just who he is. Okay, that's who he is. Now watch this though. Goes into the development as I'm learning through all the other dogs that I have that I'm dealing with on a daily basis. I deal with my dogs on a daily basis. Okay. So I try my best to walk around my yard, not angry, not upset. I try to walk around my yard, even energy. I even try to be still, my energy still, because all my dogs feed off of me. And I'm sure if you guys deal with dogs and you understand dogs, especially if you deal with them on a daily basis like I do, you understand that the dogs feed off of our energy. Okay. So I try to walk even in my energy, but even more so still in my energy space dealing with these dogs. So over time, as I'm dealing with Cowboy, right, I make sure I give him an even energy when I go and feed him and clean his kennel out. I make sure I pet him, right? Because as soon as I come in, it's very competitive, and he's at the fence. He's trying to get at the dogs through the fence. He's doing this crazy shit. They all do it, but I try to make sure that when I'm in there, because they want my attention, okay, I do what I need to do, clean it up. Then I go in his kennel and I keep my energy still, right? What I mean by still, I don't have no amp to me. I keep it still. I call it even. And then he comes to me and I instill that in him. I pet him. Not no crazy pet. I pet him with an even energy. I put my finger in his ear. That's my shit with my dogs. I call it the grounder. I've told you all that before. I put my finger in their ear, in their eardrum too, and I rub in their shit. I play in their ear, and my dogs love that shit, right? But I do it to feed my energy into them, right? And so what I'm doing is calming him, even though there's chaos around him, and it works. And I've been doing it every day, and I do it to all my dogs for the most part. Okay. But what I'm noticing because of that is because I'm aware of what I'm doing to the dogs. I'm teaching, right? Low key teaching Cowboy or all my dogs how to be even kill, even under high energy, right? Now, of course, they turn up when they turn up, but then when I come in, they turn down. When I come in that bitch, they turn down for that grounding, that grounder. Okay. Now, him being older, okay, he has calmed down, okay, because let's say my nephew comes by, you know, my nephew now can pet Cowboy. Now, over time, when a dog sees you and understands, yeah, he understands, okay, he's been here a while, okay. But really, what I credit that to, because it took him some years to get to that point, is just that repetition of me tuning him. Me not encouraging that behavior. Some people like dogs that are rah, 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 rah. It's cool. But being that I know what type of dogs that I've created or that I have, because I'm very aware of them, I don't want to encourage something that will cost me, a lawsuit. I don't want nobody who's naive to come and look at the dogs. Everybody want to look at the dogs. My family, my nephews. Come on, I got the dogs. They want to see the dogs. So I don't want them to feel confident and then get bit. So I have to make sure that I understand who, let's say, for example, Cowboy is, and he's not aware of what he's doing. Okay. What I mean by he's not aware, he's not understanding that he don't have to defend if the energy that's coming at him is not combative or the energy that's coming at him is not suspicious. He don't have to react like the way he does. You know what I'm saying? You can bark, right? Do a check, feel the energy coming to you. If you feel that it's submissive, then you understand that it's submissive. Okay. But not, I don't know you. Okay. I'm just gonna bite the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna maul you. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there for me, what the type of dogs that I deal with, and I only have really like family coming to my house or friends that ain't nobody random coming into my shit, man. I got, like, that shit ain't happening. Man, I got 6.5 acres, man. You ain't random. If you're not my neighbor that I know, you're not randomly gonna walk up on, especially my dogs. You definitely ain't gonna do that. So, I don't necessarily need them to be on that type of time, my dogs, because I have them in a very structured environment. You know what I mean? So me trying to get Cowboy to understand that, it was more of a time type of thing. I wasn't really worried too much because I am supervising. Anybody come on my yard, I'm always there. So I'm not really tripping on him too much, but I understood that he didn't have that awareness. You know what I'm saying? But that's him. But I'm seeing dogs that do have that understanding of who they are. And they do have that understanding to where, like I was mentioning to you about AR-15. I bred AR-15 to have ultimate prey and ultimate man drive. I bred him for that. Okay. He's such a confident dog on his own. This is just him, that he understands in his mind, like, hey, if I don't think, like I said, if I feel your energy cool, I'm gonna be cool with you because I like attention. I like attention. I like to be pet. You know what I mean? Even though I don't have a lot of people that pet me, but if you want to pet me and you around, I see my dad there, right? I'll let you pet me. You know what I mean? I like that in my dogs because I do breed them to have maximum prey and maximum man drive. Even though AR-15 is an asshole, I low key like the fact that he's like almost like instigating, but not really like really going to the maximum to take it there. You know what I'm saying? Now, flip side, I have dogs that want to take it there. Like I mentioned about the little young Formula One Bandog. You know what I mean? Like them boys want to take it there. They're really trying to break out and and really stir some shit up. They want to get into some funk at an early age. They want to take it there. They want to feel the combat. They're already on that hype. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna have to work on that dog awareness. You see what I'm saying? But they're young bucks. You see what I'm saying? I understand it. I understand some of them I have to develop it. Some of them naturally have it. Some dogs naturally have it. Okay. The other ones that I've noticed that I've been having to develop, okay, that I'm going to have to develop the awareness is my AR-15 Bandog males. Okay. The first litter that I had with those AR-15 Bandogs, I sold it out. I didn't even get none. This time, I kept some. I have these males. So this is my first experience with the AR-15 Bandogs. I have AR-15, but his offspring with Tigress, this is my first time experiencing it. They are like Cowboy. When it comes to strangers, they, like they trying to fucking bite the shit. They're trying to get you. And like I said, I didn't do any agitation for this type of shit. You know how some dogs you gotta agitate them to turn them up. This is in the DNA. You know what I'm saying? This is in the genetic code, right? Now, their daddy AR-15 is not like them when it comes to just wanting to bite people because they don't know you. They ain't never seen you before. They want to bite you. But of course, it's in the DNA because their cousins, which are the Formula One Bandogs, which are kids from AR-15's sister, they're just like those damn AR-15 Bandogs when it comes to strangers or when it comes to prey. Now, watch this. Their prey drive, they're tolerable because of how they grew up in their pack. Because they grew up in a pack where there was a female, which is Cowboy's daughter, okay, which is probably like 2 months older than them, 2 to 3 months older than them, but she's like the alpha. Like she's, you know, like her name is, I named her Pink. I named her the pink piranha, nigga. Okay, because that's what she is, man. So she been whooping all their asses since since that was the pack environment. So their prey drive has been checked by that bitch. She been whooping all their asses. I mean, like fucking them up. You know what I'm saying? So they have they've been taught awareness about prey drive. Like they've been taught, like, even though you got the drive, be careful about who you put that drive on. Like, understand who you gonna put that drive on. Don't just initiate that drive without a reason, right? Don't be cocky with your drive. They understand that because they was on that shit until they got fucked up. Every dog I had in that pack, that bitch she fucked them all up. You know what I mean? Gave them some serious damage. So they've been molded. Their awareness of when to be prey driven and when not to be prey driven has been shaped. Okay. I understand it. I see it. They don't start shit with other dogs just because, you know what I'm saying? They don't do it. Now, these Formula One band dogs, they were dominant in their pack. They didn't have especially Spartan. Spartan was whooping everybody. You know what I'm saying? He was the alpha out of all of them. All of them think they're alpha, but we talking about who dominate the fights, because they all gonna fight. But who ends up dominating the fight is Spartan. So his prey drive has been untested in a sense where he hasn't been checked, right? He hasn't been hurt yet. So now he sees the other dogs, right? He's aware of the other dogs around him. However, in his mind, he think he could take them, right? He's not aware of his potential to be beat. He's just got he got his little baby nuts. He's 1 year old. He got his little baby testosterone kicking in. You know what I mean? He's a little strong little lad. He's got a lot of growing to do, but he's a little strong little lad. He think he could take the dogs. You know what I mean? And y'all know I got a Kangal, right? And I don't know if you guys follow any of those Kangal groups or think pages on Instagram, but they like to show them doing all that aggressive shit and stuff like that, right? They like to show them doing all that. Now, because remember, I've been pack experimenting all my dogs, even my Kangal. I got her in a pack, which happens to be she's with one of my XL Pitbull Dracos. Now, they've had their tussling, but they have their pack understanding, right? And they're like, they're very tight, them two, right? Now, my Kangal has been used to all that rah, rah, rah. Took her, she adjusted quickly, because just in her nature, like what they were bred to do, how their livestock guardian type, the guardian in her, let her understand like her role even in the pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like a mom, even though she's not, like, she's probably like maybe a year older. No, damn, they're close to the same age. They're probably close to the same age. I think but they're both twos. But let's say they're about the same age, give or take 3 months or something like that. But they're close to the same age. My Kangal with my XL Pitbull Draco, that's with her right now, the female. So they're in a pack, but they've had their, run-ins and stuff like that. She had her adjusting to all the energy. She was going crazy. She was jumping up and down. She was doing the shit you see that them motherfuckers be doing on those videos with those Kangos, having them being agitated, all barking, all that. She done did all that already. But she got that out of her system because she understands, one, okay, that there's other dogs that will give it to her back, right? So even though she's driven to compete in whatever way in her breed type to protect, she understands through her pack environment and understands through the dogs that she see all the time that they're not a threat. They're part of the family. Yeah, the energy is a threat because it's very combative, but I see these dogs all the time. I see my daddy dealing with these dogs all the time. So I don't have to be I don't have to be that all the time. Okay. So now watch this. Because she adapted, she had a whole summer, a whole time to adapt to the environment and energy. Now when it goes hype, she rarely gets like, she'll lay down. Everything body going crazy, she'll just lay down on her little shit. You know what I mean? And the XL Pitbull Draco bitch, okay, that Formula One Bandog, the energy that she puts off, he want to get, he want to kill that bitch so bad. He want to kill that bitch so bad. That boy stay biting the steel bars. He might be able to pull it off one of these days. Because like I was telling y'all before, I didn't think that any dog could. I knew they can probably bend them, but I didn't even think they would pull off, like break the weld and pull it off until Shaka did it. You know what I mean? Shaka made me a believer that them damn heavy duty kennels that cost a lot, that I bought them steel kennels, look like jail bars that I got. You know what I mean? I paid a lot of money for it because I'm, dealing with dogs that can break kennels. I'm like, oh, they ain't gonna break this shit. They could bend that shit on it, but they ain't gonna break it. That nigga Shaka pulled that whole bar off. That boy Shaka was so determined. That's why he ain't got all his teeth, all Shaka's teeth, it's all broken, all worn down to the gum. Because he break kennels out. He break kennels. And he was the first one that showed me that them damn steel kennels. He pulled it off the weld. So them boys is doing the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So being that I'm understanding dog awareness, he's not aware of himself in that drive. He hasn't been checked yet. I'm trying to calm him down like I did Cowboy over time, but I need to calm him down sooner because, like I said, he's doing that shit at night. You know what I mean? And the other dogs, because they understand the routine, right? They're not responding to him. I think it's more the response is, let's say might be walking around in their kennel space at night for whatever reason, but they're not making no noise. You know what I mean? Whatever, they might be taking a piss or shit, whatever. They might just walk around. And as soon as they get up and walk around, he want to get at them. But they're not responding to him because they know they understand what time it is. They understand that, at this time, everybody's quiet, like I said, the dogs teach each other. So at this time, there's no noise. Either the dogs are sleeping, but nobody's making no noise. So you making that motherfucking noise, but we not going to respond to it because we don't do it. And back in the day, early bird, when I had my Kangal, because they're a guardian breed at night, in the woods, they hear shit, man, that bitch, that's why I had to move her down to the 4th tier, because I had her up there at the top tier. And anything that she heard, she was barking. And the Kangal's bark is probably the most vicious bark. I've told y'all this too. A Kangal's bark is the most vicious, meanest bark you ever. It's like a lion roar, but it's not a roar, it's a bark. Deep and vicious. Loud. That's a Kangal's bark. Like, if she barks, it trumps any dog barking on my yard. It's just vicious. You know what I mean? So that shit was getting on my nerves. So I had to move her down. So now she's adapted. Her dog awareness has been developing. Now she understands where she lives. She understands the dogs that are around her. Even though they're on that rah-rah, shish, boom, bah, she rarely gets in that energy space. She rarely does. Like, sometimes she'll do it, but then it is not long-lived. She'll, the energy might piss her off a little bit, then she'll show her teeth and do that crazy shit they doing, but it's short-lived, and then she'll just go in a little space, kind of chill, and she'll just lay low. You know what I mean? But before, dog awareness, right? This is why I'm watching dog awareness develop. But before, she was on that shit too. She was on that time too. Okay. I posted something recently on my IG with AK when she was, next to AK, when I had her up here near my house and she was next to AK. Okay. Because AK was on that rah-rah jumping shit. She was on that rah-rah jumping shit. She was doing the same shit he was doing. Jumping, barking. Okay. Because she feeding off the energy that's around her. Right. She feeding off of that. Same thing. Bring her down to the 4th tier. Put her in a pack environment with XL Pitbull Draco. They had to adjust. She had to feed. They had to develop that dog awareness. She had to develop and understand that, you know what? You're not a threat. You're jaw japping over there. You can't get to me. I can't get to you. I see you every fucking day. Okay. When daddy come around, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to get crazy. When daddy leave, y'all fucking cool and docile. Okay. So my Kangal had to understand over time that, you know what? I ain't got to bark when I hear something in the woods unless I see something that is not familiar. If I hear something, I'm in this woods, of course I'm gonna hear something. But if I don't see it as a threat, I ain't gotta bark. Now my bitch, my Kangaroo, she don't do that no more. She don't do it no more. And that's her developing her dog awareness, her understanding of what she should do and what she shouldn't do. She developed her dog awareness as far as who am I, like, not protecting in a sense, but being that that's what they do, but they protect the livestock. Who is my family as a threat, even though I get all that rah rah, that aggressive energy from these dogs. But at the same time, I understand that they're not a threat. So I don't have to return it. I don't have to return it. I got a pit bull right next to me that's got a lot of prey drive. And so do I. But I understand that, you know, we're a family. And I understand that even though we fight, you're not trying to hurt me. I'm not trying to hurt you. So now, like I said, she deals with my XL Pitbull Draco bitch. She deals with her like that's her child. Like they sleep together, like all up on each other. Like like the bond is there. She don't get rowdy when when tension get high. Like, I mean, like I said, when they fight, like she bite, like when I see her bite her, like I could tell that she just, what I'm saying, she ain't trying to fucking crack her neck, man. You know what I mean? Like she ain't biting her to crush her skull, which we know a Kangal can do. I know she can crush my pit bull bit. I know she can. But she understands the fight. Even when they fight, they just not. But that's dog awareness. She understands that's my sister. I'm saying we gonna fight every now and then, but I'm not gonna try to kill you. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all over there jaw japping over there on the other side. Y'all doing all that rah rah, y'all jumping and all that shit. I don't do that jumping shit no more. You know what I mean? I can't get to you. You can't get to me. Like she understands that. It's dog awareness. So this thing called dog awareness is real. A lot of people don't pay attention to it, like what your dog understands that it should be doing and what it shouldn't be doing. A lot of people don't even understand what they see, yet alone understand how to develop it, like correct certain things. Now you got to have a dog that's smart. You can't have a dog that's dumb. Okay. If you have a dog that's dumb, it's never going to pick it up. It's never going to pick it up. Like, for example, I'm not going to say Red Tiger was dumb, y'all. I'm not going to say he was dumb, but I didn't breed Red Tiger. I bought him. Okay. But that dog didn't understand when to stop when it comes to his drive. If that dog was driven for something, like I said, I had him in the kennel before I put my pavers down. If y'all follow me, y'all see how my kennels, I got them nice pavers out there. You know what I'm saying? Before I did that, I just had them on, I live, my ground is like clay, right? It's not no dirt. It's fucking rock and clay. So it's hard surface. Okay. So I live on a mountain, right? So it's hard surface. So I had that at first. But Red Tiger was so driven and he didn't have no off switch. That dog had no off. Breeder warned me about it. Told y'all about that on previous episodes. Earlier episodes when I talked about my buff dog experience when I bought them dogs, I told y'all about them dogs, what they told me. But this dummy, I got to call him a dummy. If he heard something that he wanted, he would pace back and forth, 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 back and forth for an hour. He paced the trench in clay. This ain't no light dirt. This ain't no little, this is clay and rock, y'all. This hard shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to take your shovel and be able to dig a nice little 2-foot hole in my ground. You're not going to do that, man. You need a damn backhoe. Okay, that's how hard this ground is with this rock and shit I live on. This boy Red Tiger pasted through the rock, through the clay, a trench. Because he wasn't smart enough to understand, like, whatever you trying to get is not around. What are you running back and forth for? What? You saw something? You saw a squirrel? The squirrel is gone. But you pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So some dogs don't have the mental capacity. Okay, it's a fact. Okay, goes back to, like I say, how I put together dogs: frames, brains, motors. I need my dogs to have brains. What I mean by brains is be able to be aware, right? Think. Dog, you got to think about things before you do it. Think why. Understand when you're thinking as a dog, why. Okay. Not every dog has that comprehension. That doesn't mean they can't do it. They might need your direction in it. See what I'm saying? They might need your direction. That's why for me, it's so important that I take that first year. I already put the motor in them. I know that they should be able to perform because I put it in them genetically. But that first year for me, I need to bond with them mentally and spiritually. That's my first year. I need to bond with you mentally and spiritually so that I can see the things that I need to work with when it comes to you and your mind. The body shit, you're too young. I don't need to do all that. This is me. Because like I said, I'm not training my dogs to bite. I don't need to do all that. Okay. I'm not doing certain level of competitive type obedience. I need the obedience when I tell you to do something, you do it. When I tell you not to, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of shit I need in the beginning. So I'm letting you understand who I am. I'm showing you the order. I'm teaching you how to get along with the dogs, even though I put high prey drives. Like that's my whole objective. But at the same time, right, being that I'm doing this, I'm learning the dogs. I'm learning how dogs communicate. I'm learning how dogs deal with situations. I'm learning how dogs deal with aggression, right? I'm learning all this because I'm watching my dogs every day. And I have so many variances of dogs, variances of personalities that, my notebook is, I mean, I got an extensive notebook. I'm dealing with a whole bunch of dogs that are mine, not somebody else's dogs. They're mine. I'm dealing with them on a daily basis. I'm seeing things that I've never saw in other dogs. I'm seeing these things. I'm like, man, this dog's smarter. Oh, this dog, I need some more work. Or oh, this dog's dumb as hell. Like I'm seeing it. So I'm like, yo, dog awareness is real. Like it's real. Certain dogs that know how to think for themselves. Certain dogs that are smart. They comprehend, they watch, they comprehend, they think. Like you see it, like, oh, you're a thinking ass dog. Oh, you just do, you're a dog that just do shit. You just do it. You feel it, you do it. But no, you see it, you think. Like, for example, Nina 9mm. She's one of my foundation female band dogs, Nina 9mm. She's different. All my dogs are different than their siblings, but she's different than her sisters. Now, Silver Bullet, she is very prey driven, but then also she's man driven too, as far as like her aggression. Okay, like you a stranger, she'll bite you. Okay, but she's not like Cowboy. She's not just going to check you and and then bite you. She's going to like she's going to look at you, and if you like if you try to come at her when she's not ready, she's going to bite. That's her. However, Nina's the type of dog that if you a stranger, she'll stay back. She won't even come to the fence. She'll stay back and she'll just stay still and she'll just look at you. But it's her tail is sticking up. She ain't got her hair up, but her tails are sticking up and she's still and she'll just look at you. That's it. She's not moving around there. She is looking at you. And because I've dealt with so many dogs, I know what she's doing. She's thinking. She's like, I ain't never seen you before. So you want me to come to you, but I'm not going to come to you because I don't know you. So as I'm watching how she acts compared to, let's say, Silver Bullet, where Silver Bullet will come up to you. And if you try to give her that, that pet and she ain't feeling you, she going to nip at you. She going to definitely, she going to hit that cage. She ain't going to do all that fucking cowboy shit like I was telling you. But if you come at her and she ain't ready for you, she going to hit the cage. That's what she do. She going to hit the cage. She going to come up to you. You put your hand out. She going to get it. That's just who she is. But prima donna, No, she just, she'll sit back. She not coming near the gate. She's gonna sit right back where she at, and she just gonna stare you down. You gonna have a vicious stare down. She ain't barking, her hair ain't up, but that tail is up, and she's staring you in your eye. And like I said, being that I understand who she is, because I raised them all, I'm like, she doesn't know what she should do. So she's thinking about it. She's like, well, you're here with my daddy, but I don't know you, so I'd rather just stay away. You know what I mean? And a dog like that, to me, especially that I bred them to be having maximum prey and man drive, right? I bred them for that. A dog like that to me is more, let's say, stable, right? Because she's thinking about it first. So let's say if I have my young nephew come over and he don't know no better, he goes to the cage, she ain't gonna hit him. She ain't gonna hit him. She's gonna wait for me to bring him around, and then I'm gonna bring my nephew in, because at the end of the day, my energy controls my dogs. My dogs just ain't gonna react. What if my energy is right there with my dogs? My dogs ain't gonna react. My dog ain't gonna hit you if my energy is right there with them, because they're afraid of what I'm gonna do to them. See what I'm saying? So if I bring my nephew around, they're gonna be tense. I understand the tense energy. You got to understand your energy, your dogs. When a dog is tense and ready to bite, you need to understand that type shit. Okay. When I see my dogs tense and that type of where it's like, okay, it could bite you, then I'm gonna deal with her accordingly. I'm gonna make sure that I'm right there, right where her mouth is, and calming her down. No, no, you know what I mean? Breaking the energy, snapping the. I'm developing the awareness. No, so I see that tenseness. No, 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 snapping it out. Then, you know what I mean? She loosens up, let my nephew pet her. She got that little tenseness on there. No, pet her, pet her, pet her. Cool, cool, good girl, good girl. And then boom, right? Boom. That's developing and getting her understanding of what that energy is that she's uncertain of. Should I bite this motherfucker? I don't know. Should I bite him? I mean, I'm bred to bite him. Should I bite him or should I not? You know what I mean? So I can develop her faster than I can develop her sister Silver Bullet, which you come by there and if she ain't ready for you to greet her like that, she just hits you. She's not gonna do like her sister do. If you come over there and she not ready for you to do all that, she coming through with the bitems. You know what I mean? That's what she do. Okay. AR-15, like I mentioned about AR-15, he's confident. He knows it. His awareness is already there. Like, bro, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'm cocky. I'll be instigating. I'm an instigator. You know what I mean? I'm like tied for number one asshole on my daddy's yard. I'm tied. I fuck with all the dogs. I instigate every dog. So for you, the human coming over here, you know what I mean? Your energy, I ain't scared of you. You ain't no threat. So he ain't gonna be barking at you. He gonna greet you at the fence with his tail wagging. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Until until you turn it up. Until you show him that you want to smoke. You show him that you want to smoke, then you trigger what he's all about. You trigger it. You know what I'm saying? The instigation part, like you come in with some aggression, dogs feel that. Oh, you aggressive, or you come with a negative energy? It ties into why I tell y'all I don't go on my yard with negative energy. I go on my yard, try to be even, because the dogs feel it. My dogs feel it. They feel it. When I'm upset, oh man, like when that tree fell, like I'm on my shit. Oh, my dogs knew I was upset. When I have to discipline a dog on the yard, all the dogs see it and they feel it. All the dogs start curring up. When another dog get disciplined, oh man, all the dogs start curring up because they think they gonna get it too. They watching. They watching. They paying attention to me. They paying attention to what's going on around them. They watching, which is shaping their dog awareness. And like I'm saying, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this tonight is because a lot of people don't understand this. They don't understand that this is important when you're dealing with fucking high performance protection type dogs. Teaching a dog it's okay. Even though you're aggressive, it's okay not to be aggressive. Even though you have maximum prey drive, it's okay not to take it out on just any dog that you want to take it out on, right? Right? Like when I was doing my pack experiments with all my young puppies, I'm teaching them not to kill each other that's in their pack. That's that whole reasoning, because they're going to get into fights. You're going to have kennel accidents. But the reason why I put them in those scenarios when they're young is because the damage is minimal, even though I have puppies kill each other. I've talked about that already, right? Almost lost Red Tiger. I got a dog that, you know what I mean, that they killed. I mean, man, I mean, it's an experiment. I experienced it all, but it was necessary to develop. I'd rather deal with that with young puppies than grown ass dogs. So that when they do get in that type of energy space, they have dog awareness. Oh shit, I've been trained. I've been taught for a whole year to get along with other dogs with prey drive that are happen to be the dogs that I see all the time, which happens to be a part of my family. So when we do get into fights, I have a maximum kill mentality, but my daddy has taught me since I was puppy that we don't kill each other. We reconcile. If we take it to the limit, we're going to have to deal with it from daddy. Daddy going to come through and give us the discipline. That's what I teach my dogs, all of them. All of them. I do it for a reason, to shape their mind, right? I get those, let's say those AR-15 Bandogs, the males, that's very people aggressive, okay? I told my nephew, okay, because he called it out before I even noticed it. He was like, "Unc, man, those motherfuckers is man stoppers." He said, "Unc, them two right there, they man stoppers." That's exactly what he said. Them niggas right there is man stoppers. He wasn't lying. I was saying, man, they young. That's just told my nephew, man, they young. They you know, they don't know what they do. And they don't. They just, you know, they don't, but it's in their nature, it's in the DNA. It's in there. I cooked it up. So they're reacting off of what their urges are. That's all they're reacting on. They don't understand it. They're just reacting. So my wife came down and she don't deal with the dogs every day. She don't. But because she doesn't, right, them two males treated her like she was a stranger, even though like she was part of the whelping, all that shit. She birthed them, all the shit, right? But she don't deal with them every day. Her presence is not my presence. So they try to get on her the same way. When she came down there for the dewormer, and it had my wife startled. She's not scared of dogs, but it had her startled. Like she was startled, like, "Oh man, can I come in there, Daddy?" I'm like, "Yeah, Mama, you good." But what I had to do for the young lads, right? I had to shape their mind, let them understand. Okay. When I let my wife in, I was right there, you know, in front of my wife, let them in. And then, of course, I moved out the way. And of course, you know, they understand my energy. My dogs understand my energy. I came through as the barrier of the energy that they was pushing out to my wife. I came through as the barrier. Stop. Then my wife, she's not afraid. She just wanted to make sure they wasn't. And then, of course, you know, she put her energy on them and they comprehended. They comprehended that aggression does not need to be to that woman, even though you don't see her often. Okay. That is developing their dog awareness. That's developing their dog awareness, which is very, 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 very important when you're dealing with these type of dogs. Okay. So I wanted to talk about this so that you guys can be aware of how your dogs are thinking. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to their mannerisms. Pay attention to how they respond to different things. You know, don't get so gun-ho when you got a dog that's very aggressive toward whatever it is. Don't get gun-ho on that shit. You know what I mean? If it's in the dog, it's gonna do what it needs to do. If it's in the dog's gonna complete the job. However, the dog needs to be balanced. It needs to be balanced with you directing it, and then also the dog needs to understand how to direct itself. Right? But then that's you correcting things that you see that's off, you socializing dogs that are antisocial, you putting them in experimental situations to develop them in a certain type of way. Okay, This is where we come in as professional dog men and women. You know, we got to watch, pay attention. We got to be patient with these damn dogs because they're children, they're kids. Not every dog learns on the same pace, at the same pace as other ones. So, don't get too frustrated when a dog ain't picking it up, unless the dog is just dumb as hell. Some dogs are that way. I've owned dogs that were dumb or dumber than others. We all have, I'm sure, but I've owned a lot of dogs and I've had them. So I've experienced dogs that just don't get it. Like, you just don't fucking get it, do you? You don't. Why are you so stupid? I've dealt with dogs like that. However, if you have a dog that has somewhat of a brain and it can think on its own, then start to understand that you need to make sure you develop their understanding of when to and when not to, right? When to engage on your impulse, when not to engage on your impulse. That is something that we have to do as professional dog men and women. You know what I mean? Especially when you're dealing with killers and hitters like I deal with. I can't afford no liabilities, man. I need my dogs to think, man. Think. Like you haven't seen them before. You can be cautious, but don't just hit them because you did. Just don't just hit them. Warn them at least. At least warn them, right? You got maximum man drive, right? I put it in you. Warn them. Say, hey, I don't want to fucking kill you. I don't know you. But you see me, right? I'm on go. I'm ready. Don't just instantly hit them. Right? Like that's something that we have to be aware of. Especially when you have a lot to lose. Like the dogs that I have, they're weapons. They're weapons, y'all. So I have to make sure that I'm on top of developing their minds, man. Developing their understanding of who they are, who I am, and what I want from them. What I want them to understand that, you know what? You don't have to kill your sister because she get on your damn nerves. You don't have to. But how do I do that? Do I assume that they're going to get it? Can I say no? Or do I put them in an environment like I do with my pack experiment, about my pack experiments, excuse me. I put them in that environment to where they're in the field, they're in gladiator school learning. I don't like you. Fight. They, they're going to fight. Then there's discipline that comes after that because I'm always watching. I'm paying attention. I don't let it. I hear it. I go out. I end that shit. I discipline everybody, and everybody gets disciplined. Even if you wasn't involved, you getting the pop, so that they understand that when that energy goes up and daddy come out, or we all getting our ass whooped. We all getting ass whooped. Even though it wasn't me. But 9 times out of 10, they always jump in. They always get in there. All of them get in there. There ain't nobody just sitting in the background. They all get into the melee. But it's developing, like I said, it's developing their awareness of that. So then when they do get into a scuffle that might piss each other off, they stalemate. They stalemate. And for me, maintaining these dogs, that's very important. That's very important that I teach my dogs what I want from them. That's very important that I make sure that they understand themselves what they shouldn't and what they should do. They understand themselves. I ain't got to tell you. You understand now. You get it. You get it. Okay? I'm not agitating you because I don't need you to be agitated. I don't need you as a dog to be an attack dog. Okay, this is me talking to my dogs. There's nobody going to be coming on my property that shouldn't be. And if they do come on my property, my dogs is going to warn me, and then I will get to them first because I got my guns, right? We got our guns, right? My dog's going to let me know if I do see somebody, they're going to get whoppered. But at the end of the day, I got, ain't no motherfucking criminals want to come around when there's so many dogs. You know what I mean? And my dogs ain't letting nothing on my property that shouldn't be. They hearing everything. They're gonna let me know. And it's a certain type of bark. Like I said, when there's prey, there's a frequency type bark. that I know, okay, this ain't just no little squirrel running around or little deer and shit. This is a threat, because anytime I come around, the volume turn up real high. Anytime I come out in the yard, the volume turn up high because they're excited, like, oh, daddy coming, daddy coming, daddy coming. That's the bark is like that. Daddy coming, daddy coming. So if you a stranger, you shouldn't be there. Oh, the frequency is not as excited, but it's a low, it's a low frequency, but it's a to the point. It's punctual. Where it might be a little baby warning, right? You hear that, that's the baby warning, right? And then if it's punctual, you already know what it is. You know the difference. Because the dog language is frequencies. So I'm blessed enough to have that understanding with my dogs. That's why I'm the dog god, man. Like I have I have an energy connection with dogs. You know what I mean? Like a real spiritual soul to soul energy. And then I'm understanding a dog's psyche, mental, because I'm watching so many dogs every day. I learn how they think every day because I'm watching them, their demeanor, just like they watch me every day. They see me open their gate, they see me close it, they see me lock it. Then they watch that. You know how dogs do. You all know that. They watch it and they do it. They open the gate up. Shit. Oh, I done watched you, daddy, every damn day. I watch you, dad, open the gate every day. So I'm going to do it. So I do the same thing with them. I watch them every day. And I see mannerisms. I see who's thinking and I see who's not. Right now, I got a boy named Spartan. He doesn't understand his drive. He is acting on what I put in his genetics. He thinks he's a killer because he hasn't got beat yet. Key word is yet. Right? So maybe he needs to get beat. Kind of like what I was telling y'all in the beginning, what I'm probably going to have to do. Right? Take that e-collar and beat him with that. Right? Because see, he's piss and vinegar. He don't have an understanding of that. He didn't learn like how those AR-15 Bandog males learn. Right? He wasn't in a pack environment where he has somebody discipline him. He was disciplining the other ones. So now I'm going to have to teach him. Like I said, I'm hoping that he kind of gets it. I'm hoping that he learns from the other dogs. See, that's what I'm hoping because my dogs help me. I told you, having a pack of dogs, they teach each other because I've taught them. The older ones teach. So I'm hoping that he learns that at night, everybody's calm at night unless there's something going on. Everybody knows that's been out there in the yard for many moons. They understand the certain critters and stuff that they hear. They don't respond to it because they know it's not a threat. They done seen it, done heard it. You on the other hand, little nigga, okay, you ain't comprehending that. So I'm hoping that he gets it where it's like, even though he's doing his little extra credit shit, the other dogs that have been into the system understand my structure. They don't respond to him. They don't do that. They like, man, it's fucking late, nigga. This boy don't know the rules. Like, that's how they think. Like, this boy he ain't got the rules down yet. I ain't gonna respond to that fucking rah shit. Now they respond when I come down because they're competing now. Now, like I said, it's competitive. When I come down, they're competing for my attention. So then the OGs is fucking showing that they got all the machismo. The youngsters is doing it. Everybody doing it. Everybody fucking rah. But when I leave, they know what time it's. Silence of the Lambs, man. Daddy's gone. We cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Every week fed, kennel clean, man. We, we got a nice little condo and shit. I can walk around, piss, shit. You know what I mean? Go in my little doghouse if I got one. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the breeze and, I'm cool. But this guy, I still got to develop his awareness. He's young. So I hope that I can get him without having to bang him out with that e-collar, man. I'm hoping that it's like, bro, I'm trying to save you, man, because I'm going to turn that volume up and I'm going to hear your ass yipe when I get you, man. I'm going to get you where you yiping, nigga. Because that's how I feel when you doing that at night. When you doing it at night, That's how upset I am. So I'm gonna show you how upset I am when I turn that e-collar up and I fucking bang your ass with that. Okay. So this is back to awareness, right? This is how you develop awareness. Okay. With him, I'm developing an awareness to let him know, look what time it is. Shut the fuck up. Oh, ain't nobody shutting you up because you in your own space. Nobody can get to you, but guess what? I got something that's going to get to your ass. Okay. And then he'll learn just like his uncle learned. He's going to learn just like AK-47 learned that, you know what? There's rules to my environment. There's rules to this kennel that I got going on out. There's rules to the setup, the structure. Even though you feel like you want to act rah, 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 and be rambunctious and hardcore, there's consequences to that. So then I'm going to make you aware that there's consequences to that so that you think before you bark at this time of night. You're going to think about it. When that shit come up, you want to bark because you want to do what you do, you're going to think about that damn shot. You're going to think about that. Like, oh, shit, am I going to get shot? Every time I do it, I'm like, oh, shit, every time I did it, I was shocked. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Okay. Dog awareness is important, y'all. It's very important. Please pay attention to this classroom session. Please understand it's your responsibility to develop this awareness when you have puppies. Please understand you better pay attention to your dog's temperament, how it reacts to certain things, how it acts. Naturally, pay attention to it naturally. Without your influence, pay attention to those things. And you see something that's kind of suspect, start working on it when they're young. Keep the reps going. Keep it consistent when you see something that's off that you want them to understand that that's off. Teach them that it's off. You see something that's good that you like, encourage that as well. You know what I do to my dogs? There's one in particular that I always make sure I just give her praise. And it is my AK-74 Bandog female Nina 9. Okay. She is the sweetest dog to me, of course. Okay. All my dogs love me, but she loves me. And I remember when she was in her unruly stage, and it wasn't really unruly, but she was a breakout artist. She's a breakout artist. She still is. She can break out anything. And she was breaking out of her kennels. She jumping like she's smart as hell. She's super smart and she can jump high. Of course, her daddy's AK, and of course her mama's Nina 9, and both of them is kangaroos. So of course she's gonna be able to jump higher than even them. So her vert is stupid, but she's smart. And not only that, she's got a lot of prey drive, and she uses that shit too. Like she's a very alpha female. But anyway, there's a lot of agitation around her. There's AR-15 in her area. There's Shaka in her area. There's even her half brother, which is an XL Pitbull Draco next to her. And they've gotten into it through the kennel bars before, and did both did some serious damage to each other. But I mean, it was more superficial damage. But I put that energy in them. However, she never barks. She never growls. She's, like she get agitated, but she don't do the rah. She ain't in with the rah, rah, rah. She with the hit. She ain't with the rah, rah, rah. But she with all the action part of it. You know what I mean? So I see her, and I've been watching her since I've had her. And I'm like, I like you, Nina, because you are a true killer. I done seen you do damage. I done seen you do what you do. I done seen a lot of things that you do. But you don't get riled up in that. You don't do all that talking though, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she don't do none of that talking, man. All the other ones is talking. She don't do none of that shit, man. She just with the action part of it. She ain't doing all the extra credit shit. So every time I see her, I make sure I confirm that to her. I make sure when I come in there in her kennel spot, I give her extra love, even over the other dogs. They see it. I know they see it because they watching me. I make sure I give her extra love. I love on her, hold her. It's like, man, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. You should now. I don't know if she comprehends what I'm confirming with her, but at the end of the day, I'm letting her know that I'm very pleased with you because the other ones over here, they're not going to get the same type of affection that I'm giving you. But I'm pleased with you because I see. I've been watching you since you was baby. I've been seeing your DNA and what you're capable of doing. I seen it. I had to move you in your own space because you in the pack environment, the damage that you do, even though you don't try to kill, but the damage that you do in the fights is too vicious. When you fight in your pack, the damage you put on the other dog is too vicious. I got to come out with a staple gun. You know, I had to come out and see my AR-15 Bandog bitch cowgirl bloodied up. Thank God she wasn't dead. But she in the corner away from the other two. And she's a white and black dog, but she was all bloody. Okay, there was no white on her. She had blood everywhere. But they obviously fought, but she didn't kill her. Okay. So I understand that you understand the reconciliation, but the damage you do is just too extensive. You got to be by yourself. I can't have you putting this type of damage on my other dogs. Okay. But to have a dog with that type of drive and that type of ability, but then not be flustered by the other dogs to the point where she's doing all that competitive barking and shit and growling and shit, man, I love that because she's aware. She knows I don't like that shit. She knows it. She's aware. She watches. So she doesn't do it. So I'm aware that she sees it. She could do it, but she doesn't. So I confirm it with her. I give her extra love. That's what she likes. She liked that. She loves me. So I give it back to her. She confirms, like it's energy, and that confirms with her that I'm pleased. Now I'm hoping that she comprehends because I can tell her, "Good girl, you don't bark." She don't know what the fuck I'm saying. You don't bark, girl. Good girl. But I know she understands the energy that I'm pleased with her. And because she doesn't do it, and I know that she can, I give it to her. Good girl, give her the affection that she always wants from me. She craves it. And that's developing her dog awareness. Okay. Confirming it that this is what I need you to be. This is what I like. Okay. This is what I like. Okay. The other ones are watching. I give them their affection, but it's not the same. If you ever have multiple dogs and you give one attention, the other ones compete for that. They'll try to move you out or move the other one out the way, grab your hand, all that shit, right? So they're watching the affection that I'm giving to Nina. They're watching it because they want the same. But I make sure that they don't get the same because even Nina's watching the affection I get in. So in her mind, she knows that she's getting more praise and more love than the other ones. That's creating a dog awareness. Okay. Now, my other dog, Shaka, he's older. He's calming down. He still ain't calmed down. But with age, that vinegar, that testosterone kind of slows up. And then the reps, right? The reps of the discipline that I had to do with a dog like Shaka, or putting him in his own little kennel away from other dogs. See, that eventually kicks in with older dogs. They finally figured it out, like, yeah, I've been battling I've been battling with my daddy for 7 years. Asshole. Now it's like, okay, I want that affection too. They always want it, but they when you're dealing with dogs that's very stubborn or very alpha, they still want to compete with your alpha energy. So with a dog like Shaka, his awareness is, he's smart, but he want to always test me in a sense to where if I want another dog or whatever, I'm going to do whatever's possible to get it. Even though you've been telling me, calm down, stop that shit, don't do that shit, ass whooping after ass whooping, whatever that you do to discipline me, to check me, I'm still more determined to get what I want versus what you doing to me discipline-wise. Okay. Now, as he matures, he's getting older, he wants that energy more than him acting a damn fool. So I'm understanding that his awareness is developed. I'm seeing him in his old ass age. He finally getting it. Oh, you watching how Nina get that love, huh? So, oh, I'm giving you a little extra love because I'm noticing that you calming down a little bit. You're still an asshole, but you're calming down. You're not as bad as you used to be. And plus, I moved AR-15 away from you. So, and Nina don't bark at you because, she don't pay attention to none of y'all niggas. So now you calming, and so I give you a little bit more than you've ever got before. Because before with a dog like Shaka, because he's such an asshole, I don't give him no love. That's just, I know what you want. When I come in, you want what everybody else getting. Oh, fuck you. Get out of my way. I give him that energy. Get out of my way, asshole. He know I'm upset, but a dog like that, piss of vinegar, he just still gonna act like him. He's stubborn. Fuck it. Oh, I want it, well then fuck it. I'm act crazier. I'm act more crazy. That's how he always been. But now I'm noticing that he's developing his awareness. Took him a long time to do it, but he's understanding that he don't have to be an asshole all the time. He doesn't have to. There's a reward, which is me. There's a reward, which is me, right? My energy that you've always wanted. But because you're such an asshole, I don't give you that type of energy. I give you what you give me. I give you the same as what you've been giving me. But being that now you want to act a little bit, you want to act like you got some sense. You want to use your brain. You can't get at AR-15. Nina ain't paying you no attention. So why are you doing all that rah-rah shit still? You know what I'm saying? Aren't you too old for that? Like, this is the type of stuff that I'm relaying to my dog with energy. Like I said, they don't understand our language. They understand energy. This is stuff I'm relaying to Shaka. Been doing this shit since I've raised him as a puppy, since I produced him. It's just that certain dogs are just them type of dogs, that he is very driven for prey. That's his motivation, is prey. Always has been, and I probably will always will till he's dead. But at the same time, now he's understanding his awareness is like, yo, you can't get her. You can't get him. Why are you doing that? Why? For what? I got you buried. Yeah, you broke a steel kennel bar. Yeah, you've escaped out of the kennels, but now I buried your shit where you can't do that shit no more. I bury you. You're double in force now. You locked. You can't do it now. So now that you done tried over and over to break shit, get out. You done broke all your teeth. You done bent kennel bars out like you Hulk Hogan and shit, like you the Hulk. You done bent them shits, did all the time. But you can't get out. So now comprehend your awareness. I'm never gonna get you. So okay, I don't have to do all that asshole shit. Okay, so he's finally getting it, y'all. This is dog awareness. This is dog awareness. Some learn faster than others, but at the same time, you need to be aware of what you're trying to teach your dog. Okay, I don't fight my dogs. This is my DNA lab. I'm not trying to take losses on dogs killing each other. I don't need to do all that. Okay, but I know dog psyche, right? I know a dog's mind. I'm a brain specialist. I'm Formula One with this shit. I'm a frame specialist. Like I'm a specialist when it comes to high performance dog frames. I know what to look for. I know how to build them. I know a dog who is smart, who has dog awareness. I know a dog that's stubborn, not dumb, but stubborn. I know a dog that's dumb too. I pay attention. I watch. Okay. I test. I see. I take notes. Okay. I'm consistent in what I do. Because I know that the dog's learning from me. The dog is looking to me to learn. I'm the alpha. They following me. And then they compete with all the other ones. Everybody's in competition with each other because they want to be me. And there's a reason why they're like that. Because I've raised them to be like that. I raised them to be me. I've been patient with them because everybody's timing and development is different. I'm patient, but I'm consistent in what I do. I don't not do one thing to one that I'm not going to do to the other or the others. I'm consistent. So you might be slower. You might not be as confident with my energy because my energy is very powerful, right? Even though I'm even killed, I'm still the dog god. So they know, oh, that's power there. They know I'm power, but I try not to over project it, because when I over project it, then they know what time it is. It's not good for them if I over project my energy. And I gave you guys an example of my boy Draco, which is one of my XL Pitbull Draco males, who in his pack, right? In his pack, because of his demeanor, right? He's more of a laid back dog, kind of like his daddy. His brothers, and I also had the Bandogs in there. I had him in a pack where there was a Bandog, AK-74 Bandog, and one of his brothers. And he would always get beat up by the AK-74 Bandog. I don't know why that AK-74 Bandog would beat his ass, but he would always fuck him up, like fuck him up bad. You know what I'm saying? But he knew his place to where he would submit. So the AK-74 Bandog wouldn't kill him, right? Because remember, I've been teaching him how to reconcile, but he would still fuck his ass up, and I would always see him curl out in the corner. Now, most people, like I was telling y'all, most people who don't understand dogs and how they develop and stuff like that, you might say that dog's a cur. You might say it because you don't understand dogs. You don't understand how a dog fits in a pack. You know, but I do, because I dealt with all kind of killers and hitters, all kind of personalities. So I knew why he was that way. He knew in his mind that he couldn't compete with that. He couldn't compete with fucking 74. Okay, because 74 is just a bully. Always was a bully. And so he knew he couldn't compete. Now, because of this, right, I had to separate him out of that pack and put him in his own space, because it was just getting out of hand, y'all. Okay, you got to pay attention when it's out of hand. It's out of hand. It was out of hand, and I didn't want him to be always thinking about having to defend himself. I didn't want him to always think that he had to. So I had to separate him and put him in his own, right? However, that energy projected onto me because my authority, my alpha. So when I would come in, right, he would curl out on me. He would go in the corner. I pet him. He'd be all curled up and shit. Okay. Was I discouraged in that? Was I thinking my dog ain't, he a bitch? No, I was not, because I knew where it came from. I raised him. I had him as a puppy. I saw the dynamics that I put him in. I saw the gladiator school that he went through. I understood his mind was shaped off the gladiator school that he went through with that pack. So he's using his brain. He's not a cur. He's like, damn, daddy, are you gonna fucking check me like my fucking half brother did? Or like me getting jumped by both of them dudes 2 against 1 all the time? Are you going to do that? I knew that that's why he was over there curring out on me. So what I did is I shaped his mind. I said to him, I understand why you're doing that, but I'm going to force my energy on you to let you understand that I'm not going to do you like them. Now, if you do something wrong, then you're going to get did like them, which I've had to, check them. But at the same time, I'm going to show you that I am positive. I'm not going to do you like that if you're not going to do anything that I don't like. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you the energy that you've never experienced before in your pack. I'm going to give you that love and confirmation that it's okay. So over time, as I kept forcing that it's okay energy on him, it's okay energy on him, it's okay energy on him, right? I put my finger in his ear like I do all the dogs. I forced that on him. Guess what now? He comes to me. He comes to me like all the other dogs. He's very confident. He thinks he's the shit. Him and his sister Nina got into a fight in the kennel bar like he think he one of those. I got him next to AR the asshole. You know what I'm saying? He think he can take on AR. Okay? But I understand the shaping of a dog's mind. I understand that that's my responsibility as the alpha, because that's what alpha dogs do in the wild. That's what the alpha wolf dog does in the wild. He shapes the pack. Not everybody in the pack is equal. But if you're going to be a part of that alpha, you got to move like the alpha. But the alpha got to shape that. The alpha got to be the example of that. Right? The alpha got to teach that. Right? Through his energy, through his actions. That's what I do. I understand that I have to develop a dog's mind. If I put that fucking brain, that computer, that smart in a dog, I should know how to develop it. I should know how to. I should be aware of why my dogs are acting a certain type of way and then adjust it accordingly. Okay. I should be aware of that. I shouldn't be dependent on the dog just to be like, okay, you know, learn how to be the perfect balanced dog on your own. That shit don't work. A dog gonna learn what it's gonna learn based off its environment or who or what's teaching it. That's how a dog's gonna learn. There's no just naturally, it's just gonna learn to be, even kill, or it's gonna learn how to understand an on and off switch, or it's gonna learn when to bite somebody, when not to bite somebody. Like that shit don't happen. That's come on now. That's not realistic. And I don't expect it because I'm in the field with the dogs every day. I'm in the field. I'm getting real life data right now. I'm getting from the young dogs to the older dogs. I'm getting all the shit. Different types of dogs, different breeds of dogs. I'm getting all the shit. All of them high performance dogs, though. All of them is working dogs, though. All of them is dogs with drive, though. All of them is dogs that want to be alpha. All of them. So I want y'all to pay attention to this. If y'all have never heard about dog awareness, now you have. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to your dog's self-awareness and how it registers things on its own. And if you see things that you don't like, you better start developing it yourself. You better start taking that and shaping it like clay. Shape that motherfucker. Oh, well, I don't like that. Let me go ahead and shape that. Let me shave that off. Let me smooth that out. Oh, you scary? Okay, cool. Let me build your confidence. Let me build your confidence. Let me build your confidence. Let me let you understand why. Let me understand. Do you understand why? You got a brain? You understand why you scary? Okay, let me shape that. Let me show you that you don't have to be scared of it no more. Oh, you want to bite shit? Oh, you like to bite shit, huh? Okay, well, let me make sure you understand what to bite, when to bite, why to bite, how to bite. Let me make sure you understand that. Oh, you see little kids, you want to lunge at them? Let me show you that you don't be lunging at little kids. When you do that shit, let me go ahead and whoop your ass. Let me discipline you every time I see you do it. Let me discipline you. Let me discipline you every time you do it. So as soon as you curl up and you see me, that shit go down. You know what I'm saying? When you on dogs like that, soon as let's say for example, there's a kid, right? Listen, I had a pit bull that was like that. But see, with her, I understood why it was, and I would never, even if I curbed her, I would never keep her. I would never let her be around kids because she just sees them as prey just off the size. It's a size thing for her. It's not that it's a kid, but the kid is damn near, the size of it makes her think it's prey. But I was a rookie at what I'm telling y'all about when it comes to dog awareness. I was a rookie back then when it came to her and trying to like shape that mind. I could probably shape a dog now that's like her than me not even understanding what dog awareness was at that time when I had a dog that was like seeing kids as fucking prey. You know what I'm saying? But let's say if I had a younger dog that was like that, I would shape her. I would shape him. I would see it. I would curb it. I would break the energy and then I would discipline. And anytime that energy curved up, I would come out there, I'll break the energy of it, and then I'll discipline. And eventually, if that dog is smart, it will think about it. It will think. The dog will think like, when it thinks about growling, oh shit, it's a kid or it's a prey. They'll think like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Like the dog will think like, wait. Okay, let me think before I do this because if I do it and it happens to be a kid, then I know I'm gonna get disciplined, and I don't want to get disciplined. So let me check this shit right now. And that's a real thing, you guys. That's something that you really got to pay attention to. Okay? So, dog awareness in closing. Dog awareness is the dog's ability to be able to think about things in its environment before it reacts and understand the why when it comes to reacting. Okay? Turning on drive, turning off drive, right? anything that it has to do to where there's action involved, whatever that action might be, that dog awareness needs to understand what it's doing before doing it. If you develop this early bird in your dogs within that first year, then when that dog matures and understands what it's capable of doing, it will be a thinking dog. Right? You can have a killer out there that that, like this dog's intense and it's a killer. But the dog will understand, like, okay, if it's a threat, I'm gonna kill. If it's not, I ain't fucking with you. You know, oh, you barking at me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you bark because you want something? Okay, I'll just stand still and I'll just, whatever. I'll just stand still and look at you. I ain't gotta bark back. I'll look at you like just come any closer, I'll fuck you up. But the dog is that confident to where it'll stand still and be on ready. Dog be on ready, but it ain't gonna be all that yapping shit. All that yapping shit. Well, you can just come closer and watch what happens. You come close, watch what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done been through enough scenarios to understand the energy. You know what I'm saying? You're not a threat to me because I'll kill you. I ain't gotta reciprocate that to you because I'll kill you if you come any closer. Other than that, whatever. What's up? It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it moving. My energy is what it is. I already know you. I already know your owner got you by the leash. You can't get to me, or I already know you behind a fence. So I ain't got to do all that shit. Like that's dog awareness, man. And like I said, some dogs have it, some dogs don't because they're stupid. Some dogs need it to be developed. Okay? Every dog is different. But if you have a dog that is smart, that's your responsibility as a dog man or a dog woman to develop it. You understand me? It is your responsibility to develop it. Now, if you have a dog that kind of figures it out on his own, because there's dogs that understand, then you blessed because you have less work to do. But if you don't, then you got your work cut out for you. You know what I'm saying? But pay attention to it so that you can be on top of it. You guys understand that? Pay attention. All right. So that's pretty much it as far as that's concerned. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that because you probably maybe never even heard that term. But I want you guys to pay attention to your dog's awareness, and make sure that you catch things early so that you can develop it, And then, like I said, if you got puppies, start early bird. You know what I mean? Focus on that. Focus on, like I said, building your bond with your dogs. Focus on disciplining your dogs. Focus on loving your dogs. Building your relationship. Like that should be your first year, man. Basic obedience, relationship building, developing the dog's awareness, all that stuff should be your first year. You know what I mean? Just take your time with the baby. You know what I mean? And then, I say get a year old, their joints start to settle in. You know what I mean? Then you can start doing some fucking work. You know what I'm saying? But that first year is very important, man. And a lot of people skip this and they wonder why their dogs ain't at their best potential. You know what I mean? They wonder why, some dogs work, some dogs don't. Well, a lot of times y'all don't take your time and build that bond, man. Y'all don't take that time and build that awareness. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't. And like I said, when you got a working dog that can do some damage to people and prey, this is very important. This is probably the most important thing is helping a dog understand to think first before it do some shit. Think about it. You know what I mean? If my dog is a deterrent to thieves, people that want to harm me, all that dog got to do is fucking look at that person in the face and fucking growl. Motherfucker's gonna stop in his tracks. He ain't got to go attack him. Soon they see him, all he gotta do is fucking stand his ground and give him a look and growl. Motherfucker man, you already know, man. The motherfucker's gonna curl up. They're gonna stop in their tracks and curl up. Oh shit, that motherfucker gonna get me. A lot of times that's all a dog gotta do. Imagine if your dog's aware of that, right? Your dog's aware of it. He sees it, knows it can get it, but let me check you first. Let me give you that look, let you know I ain't playing. You come any closer, I'm gonna bang you. Imagine if your dog understood that, even though that dog really want to kill that person, right? Because it's in the DNA. It's in the genetics to kill. And it wants to, but it's aware, like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a fucking fair shot first. I'm gonna give you a fair shot to fucking get the fuck out of here. If you don't get the fuck out of here, it's dead. You're dead meat. Right? That's very important, you guys. Very important, man. So I'm gonna run through you guys' questions. If you guys got anything in the chat, put them in there. I will run through them. And then I'll give you guys, of course, y'all shout outs again. And then of course we'll wrap it up, man. So let me see if I got anything that you guys have brought up in here. And yeah, I'll answer them. And I apologize for last week, y'all, man. Man, these damn dogs are smart, man. I had some puppies figure out how to finesse how to get out their little kennel. I didn't put no locks on them new kennels, but I didn't think that they would, because they double latched. I didn't think they was gonna finesse and figure it out, but they sure the fuck did. So they got loose and had my whole yard going crazy and shit. I was like, what's going on? But that's what happened. So I had to cut it short yesterday on y'all's questions or whatever. So I apologize for that, but I got everybody secured now, so we good. We are good to go. Okay, so it doesn't seem like you guys have too many questions about that. Like I said, you guys know what this is over here, man. This is the classroom over here. Like I said, I do this every Thursday to give y'all game, man. You know what I mean? You know, like this is for the high level engineers when it comes to these dogs. You know, so when you guys come here, y'all getting stuff that y'all can apply right now. When it comes to your program, when it comes to developing your type dogs, things that I talk about is for the now. And you know, we're dealing with high performance dogs. You know, we're not dealing with no regular ass dogs. We're not dealing with no just regular performance dogs. We're dealing with high performance dogs. You got to be on top of everything when it comes to these damn dogs. On top, you got to be thinking about everything when it comes to these damn dogs. This, you know what I mean? We ain't cutting no corners over here when it comes to these dogs. See what I'm saying? So I'm giving y'all this game because I want to help y'all out. I want to help y'all, you know, succeed in getting the most out of your dogs. You know, not just enough, but the max. I want to help you guys get the max out of y'all dogs. I want to help you guys, if you guys have a vision when it comes to y'all programs, you know, how to cook up, you know, what to think about when you're cooking up your genetics and all that stuff. You know, I want to inspire you guys through what I'm doing in the field as a player coach. You know, I'm EA Sports in the game with this shit. I'm not, like I always tell y'all, I'm not just talking about it just from something I heard or something I used to do. Like I'm doing this shit right now. You know, I'm in the field and I'm dealing with multiple type working dogs, multiple breeds, not just one breed. Like I'm dealing with all kinds of different type, and I'm learning on the job. So hopefully you guys can take this information and apply it, you know, see it for yourself. Like, yo, this shit work, man. Salute to you, coach. And like I said, come back to class, man. You know what I mean? And you know, you got plenty of episodes y'all can always go back to, plug in y'all headphones, listen to, you know, get the game, take your notes and apply. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, like I said, I'm gonna do my best to stay consistent with the knowledge and in the field playbook, you know, plays that y'all can run and see the results the same, right? See the same results. And that's pretty much what I'm here for you guys to do. Like I said, I'm not here to entertain y'all, man. That's not what I'm here to do. But if you can learn this a thing or two or three from the dog god, man, I did my job. You know what I'm saying? I did my job. I gave back to you guys. And, you know, I would love to see you guys achieve y'all's goals with the things that you guys are trying to do with your program. I want to see that. I would love to see amazing dogs that came out of your mind, out of your lab. Like, yo, that's an amazing dog. Like, whoa, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I'm not game goofy when it comes to this dog shit that we doing over here. You know, that's why I'm the Formula One of this shit. I'm not, you know, I'm experimenting, but I mean, it's mathematical, right? It's math. It's genetic mathematics I'm doing. I'm not freestyling my math. I'm actually in the lab. I'm making it make sense on paper with the math. And then when I cook, I cook. And, you know, I get a variance of what my vision is, but it's my vision. You know what I'm saying? And it's a complete one. Frames, brains, and motors. Okay. With variant. It's never perfect. But because my lab notes is complete, frames, brains, and motors, not only the frames, brains, and motors, but you know, we want that wow factor too. We need to have that wow factor. That's how, you know, if you're in business, that's how you sell them. I gotta have them dogs that got you going, wow. I need one of those, coach. I have to. Okay. So not only does it have to have the frames, brains, and motors, but I gotta have that body style too that have you going, ooh wee, that dog look like something. Well, yeah, that's because my lab notes. You know what I'm saying? That's because my breeding practices. That's because my DNA. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that dog is smart. Oh, that dog. Well, that's because I've been shaping the brain of it. That's why I've been. Oh, that dog's so well conditioned. That's because I put it through the, you know, my conditioning regimen and all the shit that I do. You know, and that's what I'm here to give to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just that game and that example. So let me give everybody their shouts out, man. But we're gonna close out like we do. You know what I'm saying? It was a good session. Like I said, I hope you guys got some good information and can apply it, man. Big J the Don, man. Big salute to you, man. Pole position. Duro Recio, Bully Camp. You already know what I'm saying, man. You already know I appreciate you, brother, man. Always supporting your boy. And what I mean? Just blessings with all your program and the things that you're doing with your dogs, man. Young Ready Red, big salute to you, man. NBA 23, Ross. Big salute to your family. Hopefully you show up again and again, man. Come to this classroom, man. This the classroom right here, man. Hey, this that in the field. We pioneers and trendsetters over here. NBA 23 Cross. We over here, we trend setting, man. We following we taking everything from the past and making it now, right? We're not living in the past. We taking everything that you can learn from the past and we making it the future. You know what I'm saying? We taking all that information and making it next. We setting the tone for the next wave over here at Formula One, over here at Bandog, Talk with the Dog God, man. So big salute to you. Royalty Methods, man. Big salute to your family. Appreciate your your consistency. Soul Power, aka Gamed Up Kennels, man. I always, like I said, I appreciate your brother, man. Coming out, showing out, showing up for your boy, man. I appreciate you. Students for Life, man. I appreciate your consistency as well. And thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Who else we got over here? I don't want to miss nobody. Show enough. Big salute to you, man. I appreciate your consistency as well. Show enough. I appreciate you, family. And let me make sure I got everybody. Jerry, big Jerry, man. Big salute, family. You know what I mean? Thank you for showing up. I appreciate your consistency too, man. Showing up for class, man. Like I say, hey, a lot of people don't like to sit in class. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be there entertained, but everybody don't want to learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit down and pay attention, take notes. As a motherfucker, it gets scarce when you got to take notes and pay attention in class, man. But you know what I mean? I appreciate you, Jerry. And Dogman Don, big salute to you as well, brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your support. I appreciate you showing up and, paying attention in class, man. Because eventually, I'm going to tell you all this. Eventually, if you into creating, okay, eventually the Bandog is going to be the wave for high performance dogs. It's going to be the wave. Mark my words. Especially if you can make it complete, like what I'm trying to do, make it a high performance dog that look good, right? Got sex appeal, but it's high performance. Bro, it's going to be the wave, man. Trust and believe, because now we're able to be real creative. And if you're good at being creative with dog genetics, you're able to create some next level type shit. You're able to create a next level type dog. That's what we're able to do with Bandogs. Create a next level working dog. And like I said, if you're good at it, you make it look great and amazing, but it's got maximum performance, bro, you're going to win. Anybody's in the working dogs, they're going to want it. Because it's like, yo, you made a dog that's outdoing all these other breeds. See, that's my goal. That's why I'm the Formula One, I tell y'all. That's why I'm Formula One. I'm the tip top of the tip top when it comes to dog performance. My goal is all the dogs that work in a performance type level, my dogs need to outperform any breed of dog. My dog's got to outperform. And I'm going to close out with this. When I create my AK-47 chopper bull herders, double XL bull herders, and I create, remember we talked about that too already. When I create my XL Draco bull herders, okay, I want them to outperform any type of like herder dog, Malinois, all that shit. I want them to outperform them 1,000-fold. That's my goal. Those guys who like to use those dogs for sport, but then, like I said, the hybrid, you know what I'm saying? You can switch the hybrid switch for sport, then real protection, real killers, then sport, but they do it more intense, faster, stronger, more. That's my goal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want mine to outshine the fucking purebreds, German Shepherds. That's my goal with genetics. Now, will I achieve that? I don't know. However, that's my goal with all my dogs. That's why I'm the Formula One of this shit. You see what I'm saying? And you as dog men and women who are in tune with dogs and you want to create like I'm doing, that should be your goal too, is to make your dog complete, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some money. It's going to take some effort, but it's doable. And hopefully, being that I'm a pioneer of this shit, y'all can learn from me. And y'all can, take what I'm telling y'all, add it to your program, and cook you up some next level shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, if y'all along with my journey and y'all see me hit the goal and y'all come back with the rewind, like, Coach, I remember you was talking that shit. Nigga. Coach, you said you was going to do it. Coach, and then you did it. See? That's what it's about for me. To you guys, being an example of this shit. Not being afraid to step outside the box, but, have a real plan of action. Not no freestyle, but a real plan, and execute it and troubleshoot it and fix it, and then execute it again, troubleshoot, fix it, and execute again, make the prototype. But then once you make it, it's a hit, you make it better. Then the next time you make it better. See, that's what we do over here. That's what we do over here in this classroom. So big salute to everybody. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all know I really do. Coming out on a Thursday, coming to class. You feel me? Coming to class. He said, I mean, AR. What do you say about the AR-74, Young Ready? You mean the AK-74? The AK-74 Bandog, which is just an AK-47 chopper man stopper. That's all that is. That's all the AK-74 is a man stopper version of AK. You know what I'm saying? It's AK-47, but not only does it have prey drive, but it have man drive too. You know what I mean? So that's the AK-74. You know what I mean? If y'all want one, y'all better have y'all money right, because I'm doing it with a Silver Bullet. I'm doing AK with Silver Bullet 2025. I'm gonna get me some of that because I didn't get no piece of that. But if y'all want something that's shit, man, y'all want something that's on that wave, man, oh man, you better make sure your money's right so you can get you one of those, man. AK-47 chopper man stopper, especially with Silver Bullet tie. Especially with Silver Bullet. Those are going to be fee, fi, fo, fum, straight up. So, like I said, salute to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Show up next Thursday. We'll have a nice little lesson in class like we always do. But like I said, man, y'all always can go back in time, man. We got 48 episodes, man. From episode 1 all the way to 48, man. Always some good game for y'all. Always some good game that you guys can apply and, be inspired to use on your program. And hopefully, you guys get to a wave where, you guys can do what I'm trying to do. It's not easy, but the reward, right? The end result justify what we do. The reward of when I can complete it and make it happen, then, that's why it's all worth it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but, like we talked about last week about the work, man, that's shit. It's just nonstop, no days off, a whole bunch of work, a whole bunch of bullshit, a whole bunch of dog shit, a whole bunch of everything that you're dealing with. But, you got to have a passion for this shit. You got to have the drive. You got to have the motivation. You got to have the work ethic. You got to have the vision. All that you got to have, man. Don't let other people tell you what to do. You know what I mean? Listen to people that's trying to help you elevate. Don't listen to the naysayers, the haters, and the spectators, because they coming. They always gonna come, especially when you out here pioneering. They coming for you. They're gonna try to knock you off your post. You know what I mean? But you just stay tuned in. But like I said, over here though, y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all getting the right information over here to where you can apply it and be successful in your program. You know what I'm saying? Because over here, I'm Formula One with this shit. I'm Formula One K9s with this shit. I'm Formula One level. So I'm not going to do something that's not going to be at the highest level of performance. And I'm not going to tell you something that's not going to get you to that level with your program. I'm not going to sugarcoat, oh, yeah, that's going to be cool, man. You tell me some shit, oh, coach, I'm thinking about doing this. If I think it don't make sense, I always going to tell you, like, hey, make sure you do your math. Make sure you route it, draw it up. Make sure you understand what you're trying to put together, understand the genetic characteristics you're trying to produce, understand what the possibilities of the look, the phenotype. I'm gonna give it to you like that. Okay? I'm not going to deter you from it, but I'm going to make sure you think about it the way I think about it, so that when you're in the lab, you think about the whole dog, not just what not just your imagination and hocus pocus, voila, here's a dog. No, think about all that mixed together, what you're going to get. Think about the genetics. If you're going to use different breeds, make sure you get the top of those breeds that you're using, so that you're getting the best of the breed. If you're going to mix breeds, like all that shit, if you're trying to take it to a level, If you're trying to freestyle, then you're just going to do what you do and your results are going to be what it is. Okay. It's going to be what it is. But if you're trying to take it to the highest level, then that's what you got me to coach, man. That's why I'm here for y'all, man. I'm here to give y'all the game because I want to see y'all elevate. And I've told y'all before as I close out that, I want to see y'all get to a high level. If let's say you got to a point where, your shit shitting on mine, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to salute you, man. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get in the lab and cook something to where I can either be the same as you or better. Okay. I'm not going to hate on you. Oh man, yeah, shit, he think he, no, I'm like, yo, you did that shit because that's the type of dog man I am. I like seeing shit at a high level. I buy dogs from people that I see that I ain't got the genetics and I want it. I've done it multiple times. I bought like, oh, you got something that I want? I'm gonna spin it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Because that's the type of dog man I am. So I want to see y'all all succeed in your program. I want to see y'all take it and raise the bar. I would love to see y'all think on the level that I'm thinking when it comes to high performance dogs and making complete dogs, right? I want to see that. I would love to see y'all's results. I would love to see the demand. I would love to see the fanfare of y'all's program and y'all's dogs. I want to see that. Because if y'all follow me, y'all see that. Y'all see the naysayers, y'all see the spectators, y'all see the haters, y'all see the supporters, y'all see the fucking traction I get. Y'all see, come on, man. Y'all see it. If y'all fucking with me, y'all see it. That's not from freestyling. That's not from, wishful thinking. That's from fucking hard work, sacrifice, money spent. That's lab notes, all the shit. So pay attention, y'all, in class, okay? But anyway, I appreciate y'all. What do you say? Oh, AK-74 with the Kangol. Hey, my nephew said that too. He said he want to see one of them AK-74s with the Kangol too. Hey, it's so many options I have, Young Ready. Real shit. I got so many. I can do so many things. I have to have people catch up with me, right? Young Ready. That's my thing. Like I'm too ahead. The dogs that I'm producing is way ahead. Like motherfuckers ain't ready for that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm producing shit that motherfuckers ain't ready for. You know what I mean? But that is a thought. My nephew told me the same thing. He's like, oh, you gotta do one of them AK-74s with the Kangol. And I might. It depends on how great, this one I do with AK. You know what I'm saying? But depending on that, if that turns out awesome, then I just might do that, Young Ready. I just might do that, man. RKBB, big salute to you, fam. Big salute to you, man. But yeah, so hey, Young Ready, like, bruh, if the world was ready, man, I got so much shit that'll blow your mind. My lab knows I prepare my lab as far as my dogs to be able to create all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, 2025, I get that result I need to get, and then we'll go from there. You feel me? But we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Salute to you guys. Next Thursday, please show up, man. If y'all missed it, man, hit that rewind button, that replay button, man. We got some good information tonight. Apply that shit. You know what I mean? Apply the things that you guys hear me talk about. Apply it, man. You'd be surprised. You're like, man, they don't call me, my peoples don't call me the coach for nothing. I just didn't make up that name. I didn't make up the name the coach. My friends, they all call me the coach. They've been calling me the coach for years, nigga. Like real, for years, they gave me the name, the coach, because that's what I do. I'm always gaming. That's what I do. I give the information. I don't hold it. I give it. Not only do I give it, I show you how to do it. I show you with my demo. You see what I'm saying? I demonstrate it. I just don't be like, do this, and no, you watch it. You like, damn, coach, how you do that? Here, let me show you. I show you, then you do it, and it works for you too. So then my partners, they call me the coach. That's where the coach come from. So I'm the coach when it comes to the dogs. I do the same thing that I do with life and anything else that I give to my friends, family, people I care about. Because I'm not here to hold the information. Ain't nothing new under the sun. I'm not going to covet it. If I got it to give, I'm going to give it to you. Okay. And if you want to learn, I'll show you. Then if you want to actually make it work, I'm going to tell you, apply what I showed you. It should work. That's how I learn. I learn from reading, watching others, paying attention in class, and then I apply the shit. I apply it. Oh, shit, that should work. And then I'll tweak it. You know what I'm saying? To make it fit for what I got. I take the foundation, what I learned, and then I tweak it so I can get better. And that's what y'all do, man. Y'all do the same thing with the information that I give y'all. And, you guys should definitely get the W eventually. It's not going to happen overnight, but eventually you should get the dub, because I'm hoping to get the dub. I haven't got the dub yet, but I'm hoping eventually I'll get it. But through my example is how we going to all win. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm the coach. You feel me? Player coach. Okay? Because I'm in the field just like y'all. I'm doing the same shit y'all doing in the field. Okay? But I'm just coming back and coaching at the same time. So again, big salute to y'all. I love y'all. Come back next Thursday. Until next time, I'm out.